I'm Brendan Melby alongside Xavier Knott here for the Carmel Greyhounds girls basketball team taking on the 11-11 Ben Davis Giants for their final game of the regular season. Xavier, what do you have on tonight's game?
Yeah, both of these teams have records at 500 or close to 500. They should both be evenly matched. And you hope both of these teams aren't looking past this game and looking forward to sectionals next week.
Yeah, and for the tip-off, we have the Greyhounds senior leader, Sydney Bonds, jumping against Shania Curry for the Ben Davis Lady Giants. Tip is up, and it is won by the Giants. Curry won the tip. So here we have it. Jones, the ball handler for the Giants, takes a step-back three to start the game. Little to no rotation on that ball.
Yeah, there wasn't any rotation or ball rotation on that possession for Ben Davis. Just one screen and a step back, and that was the only shot they got.
So it's Ramsey driving down the left side, gets fouled on the way up. The foul was called on Royston. It was a strong take by Ramsey. I believe Royston got a piece of the ball, but also maybe got her a little bit on the arm as well, which is what got her called for the foul. So Ramsey, for the first points of tonight, she makes her first free throw. Ramsey, from the free throw line this season, has been a 54% free throw shooter. And there she misses the second one. So yes, free throws is something that the Greyhounds have struggled with. Bella Ramsey, especially, for as good of a player as she is, she needs to knock down her free throws. There she goes, 1 of 2 to keep what has been her season average.
Yeah, free throws and turnovers have really been the big issue for the Lady Hounds this season, and it's lost them some games.
And a corner three is airballed. That was taken by Tatum Skabinski, but they stay with it. Curry tries to drive in and draws the foul on the way up. Foul called against Maddie Wallace.
And Wallace was pretty straight up, but at the end of the drive, she reached down, and as soon as you reach down and swipe at them, most of the time, unless you get all ball, they're going to call it a foul.
So Shania Curry at the line to shoot 2. She makes the first one. Shania Curry averages 10 points per game and 6 rebounds per game and 2 steals per game. An absolute star player for the Ben Davis Lady Giants, which is why she holds a Division I offer from Oakland University. Probably their top player, only as a junior as well. So it's Ramsey, the inbounder. Gets it into Bassey. The Giants are bringing full court press early in this game. Wallace gets trapped. Get rid of it. Good job breaking the press. And a risky pass there by Warren. A little bit of a miscommunication, but Wallace stays with it. Wallace, no one to pass to, eventually gets it out to Warren. So strong defense here by the Giants. Greyhounds struggling to get some offense rolling.
Yeah, really good defensive possession here so far from Ben Davis.
Bonds kicks out to Ramsey. Ramsey floater, no good. Rebounded by the Giants. Dejai Royston. In the corner with it. Ball fakes the shot. And a three-pointer is taking no good, taken by Royston. And the ball is bounced out of bounds. Possession will go to the Greyhounds. So again, they are bringing full court press. It seems like this is what the game's going to be. I think it's going to come down to who's hustling the hardest, the little things. You know, who's forcing turnovers on a full court press, not even 2 minutes into the game. I mean, that's who's going to win tonight's game. It's both two evenly matched teams, as I said earlier. Two teams who struggle with offense. You got to force the turnovers. And Royston, another missed three. Believe she got fouled, but a good pass up the court through the hands of Ramsey. So another turnover. The Greyhounds average over 13 turnovers per game. There's another thing that they've needed to clean up throughout the entire season. Turnovers and free throws has been the difference maker for this Greyhound season. But another missed three by Royston. Back-to-back missed three-pointers taken by her. And the rebound by the Greyhounds. As Wallace backs down her defender and takes a nice shot over her head to get the first made field goal for the Greyhounds as they lead 3-2.
Shot. Good patience from Wallace on the offensive end. Didn't take a million dribbles, but got to the paint and got to a shot on that little over left shoulder on the right hand.
Ramsey with it. Good defense by Royston. Pokes it out from her as she tries to take it in on Ramsey. Misses the layup. Royston having a rough first quarter. It's Bonds. Picks up her dribble. Gets it to the hand of a guard as it's Catherine Bassey. Bassey trying to take her defender. Kicks it out to Ramsey. Oh, another turnover by Bella Ramsey as the Giants is taking full control of their offense. Schultz tried to take a quick transition three and airball.
Yeah, Ben Davis from the three-point line. Neither of these teams have been spectacular on the offensive end so far, but Ben Davis, I believe, is 0 for 6 from the three-point line, and not a ton of them have been great looks.
Schultz, her first shot of the game, was an interesting take. She must have been feeling it, but off the mark on that one. But she is their leading scorer with 12 points per game. As it's Ramsey, drives it in and gets a floater to go. Bella Ramsey up to 3 points, and the Greyhounds lead 5-2. The Greyhounds appear to be playing a 2-3 zone here on the defensive end, but no problem for Shania Curry as she finishes off the backboard.
Yeah, and the ball was entered to Curry, and she just took 2 dribbles and went straight up with it, knowing she was bigger than the defender.
Ramsey has a 2-on-1, tries to pass it down low to Warren, as it was a good recovery by Cadence Bland, who just recently checked into the game for the Giants. So good job covering Warren there, what could have been an open layup. And the Greyhounds making some substitutions as well. Taylor Fisher, checking in for Jacoby Warren. Taylor Fisher has had a good back half of the season for the Greyhounds. Catherine Bassey tries a three off the mark, rebounded by Curry. Curry gets past half court as Fisher is trying to guard her. And a kick out three, no good. Rebounded by Fisher on the floor, and a jump ball is called. Wow, that was a quick jump ball call.
Yeah, jump ball call, but I thought Fisher got fouled on the rebound. It looked like she kind of got hooked and fell down, but
a lot of contact there, but they called something, so you got to respect the call. The possession will be the Greyhounds. So it's their ball. Cindy Bonds trying to get the baseline inbounds, and they're running low on time. Has to force it in. Ooh, luckily deflected out of bounds by Royston, as that was a risky pass. So a new life for the Greyhounds as it's Bonds again inbounding on the opposite baseline. Bonds struggling to get it in. Once again, this Giants press is unbelievable as she eventually gets it into Bassey. Wallace makes another full court pass to Ramsey. Ramsey is called for a travel. Ramsey already several turnovers in the first quarter of tonight's game.
Yeah, and that's the second time Wallace has tried that throw-ahead pass to Ramsey, and neither of the times it's worked. First one went out of bounds, and the second one was caught, but Ramsey just traveled.
Greyhounds, we could talk about it again and again that they struggle with turnovers, but it is only the first quarter, just over 4 minutes into tonight's game, and they have 5 turnovers, something that they have got to clean up for the rest of this game and approaching the postseason.
Yeah, and they're lucky Ben Davis on the other end.
Wallace, wow, a nice spin move.
That's her second bucket, kind of spinning, going over that left shoulder and using that right-handed hook kind of shot.
Such a good shot, such a good player, only a sophomore as well. That's Maddie Wallace.
Yeah, but like I was saying, Ben Davis isn't taking great shots so far. They're 0 for 7 or 0 for 8 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of air balls, a lot of shots off the mark. Dejai Royston is having a rough game offensively, and now they're on the floor with it. Kicked out to Royston. Will she silence me? No, she will not. She misses another three. But another offensive rebound. The Giants staying with it, getting potentially a third chance this possession. Royston swings it to Bland.
And Carmel's doing a really good job of denying that middle entry that Ben Davis wants to get to Curry.
If you're going to run a zone, you have to protect the middle because that is how you break the zone. So a missed shot rebounded by Curry for another offensive rebound that possession. Curry goes straight up with it and finishes. Ramsey finds Fisher in the corner. Fisher had some room, decided not to shoot it. As it's Wallace, back out to Fisher. Fisher now drives it into traffic. Draws the foul. Foul called on the floor. And let's see who the foul was called on. The foul was called on number 22 for Ben Davis, Hayden O'Connor, who also recently checked into this game. Fisher up top with it. She finds Ramsey in the corner. Ramsey will try a three. Yes, she gets it to go. Ramsey knocking down a three. She has 6 points in the first quarter. Greyhounds now lead 10-6 with 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the first. Bland down low to Curry. Curry backing down Bonds. Kicks it out to O'Connor. O'Connor tries a floater over the head of Wallace. She finishes it.
Yeah, and Ben Davis finally got it enter to Curry, and good things happened for him. They had a kick out and then a drive in the middle that resulted in a floater.
Bonds in the corner. Yeah, Curry is also having an unbelievable first quarter. She has 6 points. She's not even much of a scorer. I mean, she does it all, but only 10 points per game, 6 early in tonight's game. And a deep three-pointer is good. Paige Jones getting her first points of tonight.
It's Ben Davis' first three-pointer made this evening.
And their first lead of tonight's game as they now lead 11-10. Wallace takes it on her, gets it to go. Wallace is having a beautiful game 10, 15 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, she's got a really nice float game so far, and she easily could have had 8 had she made one on the last possession, but just unfortunately came a bit short.
Giants looking like they're going to take the last shot as there's 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bland trying to get some offense going. Curry has a few seconds left. She kicks it out. A corner three at the buzzer. Airballed, and that is how the first quarter is capped off. Yes, it was slow. Yes, there were some turnovers. Yes, there were some missed shots. But this is going to be a fantastic, hard-fought game as the Greyhounds lead 12-11. I mean, this is what we expected. This is two teams that have had an up-and-down season. Both teams went on a 6-game winning streak in the middle of the season, but at the same time, Ben Davis started the season 1-5. Like, they're not having the season that they want to have. Same with the Greyhounds, who have been struggling on the back half of the season. But with Coach D'Armilio and a good young roster, I think they have the ability to make something happen in the playoffs. They have a bye in the first round of sectionals, when I believe we have the pep band taking some half-court shots. Ooh, just short.
that was definitely the closest in the pregame.
It was fun. It was fun. That one actually had a shot.
It was not the world's greatest competition.
But yeah, so I always love the half-court competition. But back to what I was saying, importantly for the Greyhounds postseason, so they receive a bye in the first round of sectionals, and they will play either Zionsville or Fishers in the sectional championship. I mean, that is a winnable game, no matter if it's Zionsville or Fishers. Zionsville is 11-10, Fishers 11-9. So a lot of teams around 500 that we're seeing recently. So I mean, the Greyhounds have a chance to move on and win the sectional championship, but it's a matter of capping off the regular season on a high note, which they are trying to do tonight. It's Bland with it. Makes a pass to the corner. Royston. Defended by Wallace. Wallace pokes it away. The ball ends up in the hands of Ramsey. Ramsey dribbling down the sideline and draws a foul against Royston, as we also have Kate Sears, who has started the second quarter, getting her first minutes of tonight. Couple substitutions early in the quarter for the Giants as well. Number 3, Aubrey Wade checking in. And I believe it might have been Tatum Skabinski checking back in for the Giants. It's Aubrey Wade's first minutes of the game. Bonds inbound is deflected, saved by the Giants, made in the hands of Sears.
Yeah, and Carmel's really had trouble getting the ball inbound so far.
For sure, but Fisher tries a long 2 off the backboard, bounced around, rebounded by Wade. If you're going to have Wade out there, she better get some rebounds. Wade, a 6'1". Sorry, Wade is a 6'1" sophomore center, so a high ceiling for her. Doesn't find herself in the rotation a whole lot, but when she gets those minutes, she makes them count, gives the Giants a big height advantage as well. Sears gives it up to Fisher. D'Armelio, energetic on the sideline. As a pass is floated up to Wallace. Wallace tripped up by Jones, but no call on the floor besides the out of bounds and the turnover by Fisher.
Yeah, it looked like... definitely didn't look like a foul. Looked like Wallace just kind of ran into Jones and fell. Looked at the referee like she thought she might have gotten fouled, but I certainly didn't think she did.
Hayden O'Connor back in the game for the Giants. She has the ball right now. Tries to drive it in, poked away. They remain with possession as it's Skabinski. Skabinski defended by Sears. Swings it to O'Connell. Good defense so far by the Greyhounds. The zone has been doing them solid. But a kick out 3 to Skabinski. Bounces around, no good. Rebounded by Fisher. Fisher loses control of the ball, out of bounds. Ball to the Giants. She does not agree with the call. Might have got poked away, but just looks like she lost control there. So Ben Davis, baseline out of bounds beneath their own basket as they get it down low to Wade. Wade smokes a one-footer. Wallace passes up to Ramsey, the pass that she loves, but the connection is struggling to be there tonight as Ramsey has fumbled a couple of those passes.
Yeah, that's the third time they've tried that long go-ahead pass, and it hasn't worked yet tonight. And even if Ramsey was able to catch the ball, I'm not sure if it would have worked there. Jones is in pretty good position to stop Ramsey.
So the Greyhounds now 7 turnovers tonight. I got to clean it up at some point. We still have 6 minutes remaining in the first half, and Ben Davis is taking full control on the defensive end. Connor swings it, now found to Skabinski in the corner. Gives it down low to Wade. Wade backs down Bonds, puts it over and gets the basket to go. Bonds breaks the press. All right. Gives it to Wallace. Wallace out to Ramsey. Bassey tries to top the key. 3, yes! Catherine Bassey has been a phenomenal shooter for the Carmel Greyhounds since her return from an ACL tear. She averages over 8 points on the season, and boy is she a shooter from behind the arc. All tied up at 15-15 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. A step back 3, no good. Jones unable to get that one, but another offensive rebound for the Giants. O'Connor with it. Ball deflected out of bounds. Ball to Ben Davis.
Yeah, offensive rebounds and turnovers have been Carmel's Achilles heel so far in this game. There have been multiple possessions where Ben Davis has gotten multiple offensive rebounds on one possession, which just can't happen. And it is harder to rebound in the zone that they're playing as Fisher fouls Jones driving to the rack.
That was Schultz, I believe, with it. Yeah, number 23, Aaliyah Schultz went up with it. Missed the layup, but drew the foul. She has 0 points tonight, and she is their leading scorer. So the Greyhounds doing a good job of shutting her out, but she still finds her way to the line and gets her first points of tonight after she makes the first free throw. Schultz's second free throw is up, and it is good. Schultz, a 51% free throw shooter this season, so good job by her knocking those both down. Greyhound struggling to break the press, but it's Ramsey up top to Fisher. Fisher beneath the basket cannot make the layup. and it's Schultz with it. Puts a nice double cross hop step, draws the foul on the floor. Wow, there's a sensitive whistle in tonight's game. I mean, I feel like neither teams have a whole lot of fouls, but a lot of them have been a little bit soft and just minimal contact. I'm not sure what Wallace did wrong there, but she'll go to the bench after that one. So it's Schultzer, tries a fadeaway, blocked away by either Warren or Bonds. I believe both their hands were in there. And Bassey tries a hezzy pull three, yes! Over Hayden O'Connor, Catherine Bassey, a heat check.
Yeah, that's the second one Bassey's knocked down straight on from top of the key. First one a little more open, but second one she was feeling confident in with a little hesitation move and drilled it.
Bassey to fading Jones. Jones swings it to O'Connor. The pass is too strong, stolen away by Warren. Warren backing down O'Connor, swings it to Ramsey in the corner. Ramsey out to Bonds. I'm surprised Ramsey did not shoot that one. It would have been a tough one, but that's a catch and shoot shot that Ramsey usually likes. But Bassey drives it in and gets it taken away by the Giants. Now it's Curry trying to go coast to coast, a little out of control, but draws the foul. That one called on Bella Ramsey. So, I mean, the Giants struggling to get their field goals to go, but when they drive it in, they've been consistent drawing those fouls.
Yeah, they're living inside that paint and on offensive rebounds. And early in the game, they were settling a lot and shooting some bad three-point attempts when Carmel started to run that zone, but they've kind of figured it out now and starting getting the ball inside and capitalizing on their multiple opportunities they get on each possession.
Curry's first free throw is good. She's a 69% free throw shooter, and believe it or not, that is actually the second best on their team. The best is only Allie, who's 2 of 2, so one of their best free throw shooters, but 69% is not the hottest.
Carmel just got a little lucky there on the inbound pass. They were sort of stifled for the first about 4 seconds of that count before they got inbound, before the ball was inbounded by Bonds, but got lucky that got fouled.
At some point, you got to switch it up. Bonds is having a rough time getting it in. But, I mean, it has been working as they have a 3-on-1. Ramsey tries to keep it herself, goes up with it, and draws the foul again. Not a lot of contact, but they're keeping the whistles consistent.
Yeah, and aside from actually getting the ball inbounds against the press, Carmel's been pretty successful against it. They've gotten down the floor a ton. But some of their turnovers have come when they've been trying to drive and just inbounding the ball and getting it in play.
Ramsey's first free throw is no good. She's 1 of 3 from the line tonight. And the Greyhounds trail 18-19 with 3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining. Ramsey, free throw to tie the game. No good, misses them both. 1 of 4 for tonight. Giants down low to Curry. Curry backing down Bonds, puts a nice spin move, but smokes away. Rebounded by Bassey. Bassey guarded tightly by the Giants, poked out of bounds, ball to the Greyhounds.
I don't know, that one looked like it might have been off the thigh of Bassey right there. Carmel might have gotten lucky on that possession.
I mean, it happened right in front of us, but fortunately for the Greyhounds, they remain with possession. Bassey, a nice jab step, has her defender stumbling. Ramsey double teamed. Ball bounced around, now on the floor and called a jump ball. Possession remains to the Greyhounds. D'Amelio, again, enthusiastic when telling their team what to do. Potentially having a sidelines out of bounds play as it's Bassey off-ball screen to Ramsey. I cannot believe Bonds didn't give it to her. But gets it into Warren, back to Bonds. Bonds drives it in on Curry, misses a lefty leg, gets her own miss. Sears tries a long two, no good. Rebounded by Jones.
Yeah, and a little bit of a wild attempt from Bonds, and then a long two for Sears.
Yeah, I actually liked the take by Bonds. I think she was just struggling, gaining possession on her way up, but a rough sequence of events for her as Curry then backs her down and draws the foul.
She was doing a pretty good job of defending her at first. Then when Curry went to churn and actually rise up to shoot it, Bonds looked like she tried to swipe down with her left hand, which most referees, once the second they see you swipe, are going to call that foul.
So Curry's going to the line once again. She makes her first free throw. And so, yeah, the Greyhounds, 7 turnovers tonight. They also have 0 assists as well, and that's something we've seen them struggle with. Assist to turnover ratio, getting some offense going. And yes, Bassie has had a nice hezzy pull 3, and Wallace is getting her floater game going, but you have to have some team basketball going eventually. Ramsey tries a floater, coast to coast, no good.
Every time Carmel inbounds that ball, it looks like they're going to be dead off that first trap, but they always find a way. They've found ways to get it out and get that ball up into the front court.
And they have a transition every time, but that's when things start to go south. Sometimes they've drawn some fouls, but otherwise a lot of missed floaters, missed layups, and turnovers on long passes. But Curry drawed another foul. Will she go to the line? Yes, she will. So Curry to the line to shoot 2 shots. Another foul called on Sydney Bonds. Curry's first free throw is good. She's made all of them tonight, 5 of 5.
Ben Davis solid from the line so far in this game.
Yeah, as a team, they are 7 of 8. And it's Curry, second free throw, good as well. 69% free throw shooter, shooting 100 tonight as the Giants lead 23-18. Ramsey moving quickly with it, tries to go up with the left hand, swatted away by Curry. Gets her own miss. And ball up top to Fisher. Down low to Whelan Edwards. Whelan Edwards, layup off the bottom of the backboard. So Natalie Whelan Edwards just recently checked in. She's a freshman, but she is standing at 6'2", potentially a girl to stop Curry, because that is what they've been struggling with. Bonds found herself in foul trouble, so they're going to try the freshman. Bland ended up on the floor with the ball. Greyhounds forced to jump ball, but the ball remains in the hands of the Giants. Down low to Curry. They dig. It's Fisher taking it away. Smart defense by Fisher, who then draws the foul. Curry doesn't like it. I think there was a lot of contact there. And a little bit of trash talk between Warren and Curry as well. Curry loves the energy, but she's now getting subbed out for weight. Fisher, now the inbounder, gets it into Warren. Back to Fisher, dribbles off her own foot, jumps on top of the ball, and a jump ball.
I feel like we've had a lot of jump balls
no
so
kidding.
far in this game. That's our second one in the last 15-ish seconds.
Yeah, but again, possession to the Greyhounds this time. Giants lead 23-18 with 1:30 remaining in the first half. Bassie tries to give it back to Fisher. Pass is deflected out of bounds. Smart defense by Royston, as that's consistently been what the Greyhounds have been doing. Get it in and give it back to the inbounder. But Ben Davis starting to figure it out. And the ball deflected again. Props to Ben Davis for sticking with this press, not giving up deny every player of the ball as they gain to the middle to Warren. Now that's how you break a press. No problem there on about the 5th try for the Greyhounds. And it's Ramsey on the back cut. Good find by Fisher. Bounced around and bounced out. Ramsey gets her own miss, goes up with it, no good. Rebounded by Wade. Wow, so many opportunities there. None of them went, but that was a good offensive possession. Just cannot get the shot to fall. Skabinski misses badly on her corner 3. And it's Bassie with it. Bassie knocked down a couple of threes, hasn't taken a shot since. Defended by Royston. She's dribbling around, finds Fisher. Fisher, one dribble pull up, yes! Daly Fisher knocking down 3, cuts it to a 2-point game.
And it looks like somebody on Ben Davis must have lost Fisher in all the action because she was pretty wide open on the right wing.
Royston to Schultzer. Schultzer drives it in, kicks it out to Bland. Bland missed everything, out of bounds. Greyhounds basketball.
Yeah, assuming Carmel can inbound the ball, where they're going to have nightmares after this game about getting the ball inbounds. They're going to have 20 and a half seconds left to score, down 2.
Fisher again gets it into Warren. Warren this time tries to pitch it to Ramsey. And a chaotic possession so far. Eventually crosses half court. A 3-on-2 the Greyhounds have as Bassie tries a floater, gets it to go. Catherine Bassie have a second quarter as she is up to 8 points, all of those coming from the second quarter. And Fisher blocks the final shot of the first half as a good finish to the second quarter for the Carmel Greyhounds. They tie the game up 23-23 as it has been a hard-fought, competitive first half.
Yeah, Carmel was down 5 there before Fisher hit a 3, and then another Carmel score, and then Fisher, credit to her, great defensive play to make sure Ben Davis didn't get a shot off at the end of that half there.
I mean, again, this is what we expected. These are 2 very competitive teams. Ben Davis, again, they are 11-11. Carmel is 9-11. I mean, these teams remind me so much of each other, and we are seeing the similarities in tonight's game as it's 23-23. But I've been Brendan Melby alongside Xavier Knott for your first half coverage. Don't go anywhere because we will be right back shortly for the second half of what has been a fantastic basketball game.
Let's be honest, we've all had bad passwords before. Some worse than others, but overall, pretty bad.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. This is my chance to finally see what Kate's grade is in TV.
Chandler, what are you doing on my computer? Your passcode was so easy, like, your broadcasting grade is an F.
I'm posting that all over my Snapchat story!
There's a star waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it. Let the children use it. Let all the children boogie.
From an average class size of over 1,200 students
to a school of over 5,300 students
and over 100,000 citizens.
in a city and a school as busy as Carmel, there's always something going on.
So how do I keep up with everything going on?
Simple, CHTV. Why? Because CHTV is everywhere.
From live newscasts every Gold Day morning.
Good morning, Greyhounds. I'm Ella Griffin.
And I'm Leah Large with your morning announcements. Today is Monday, September 29th.
To the court, the field.
Throws to Sell once again, who jukes a couple defenders and he's able to score.
The dugout.
Up the middle, down for a base hit. They're gonna wave in Harris.
That ball is ripped, barrel to barrel as it hits the fence.
Out in the community.
And their horn is blown, and away we go. Great start.
Or just sitting at home.
Wherever you are, CHTV will meet you there. Hi Greyhounds, welcome to your halftime show. I'm your host, Alina Kaplan. It has been an intense matchup so far. In fact, it is tied 23-23 versus the Carmel Greyhounds and the Ben Davis Giants. It has been pretty much back-to-back all game. And so it's been super exciting to watch. And let's talk about Ben Davis has been pressing. They have held a super tight man-to-man defense, and it's caught Carmel off guard. Carmel has struggled inbounding the ball. Now, when they have inbounded the ball, they have successfully been able to score super fast, but they have been consistently struggling getting the ball down the court. Now, Carmel, on the other hand, has had a zone defense, and they have been doing pretty well on defense. However, Ben Davis has still found lots of opportunities to score. Carmel has done a really great job moving the ball around to the court. Specifically, Catherine Bassey and Bella Ramsey have done an exceptional job driving the ball into the paint. And Catherine Bassey, as well as Taylor Fisher, have had some really great three-pointers as well. Ben Davis has also had some three-pointers, and it's just been been fouling Ben Davis. Ben Davis has been struggling with fouling as well, but it's been a super physical matchup. It's been super tight, and it's just neck and neck game. I cannot wait to see where this game goes. It's honestly been super great to watch both these teams. They're both such talented teams. I mean, we've got Carmel, number 55 in the state, with a record of 9-11, and Ben Davis, number 66 in the state, with a record of 10-10. It's an incredible matchup here tonight, and I mean, let's talk about some of the key players. We've got junior Shania Carey on Ben Davis. She has an average of 2 steals per game, as well as 4.1 defensive rebounds per game. So she's one of the super strong defensive players for Carmel to watch out for. And as for the Carmel side, Bella Ramsey has consistently been their main shooter with 13.3 points per game. And so it's just been incredible to watch. Carmel's weakness is still turnovers. They have still struggled with their turnovers. Ben Davis has been good at stealing the ball. And so we're going to see it's all coming down to ball control. It's all coming down to these little plays, inbounding, free throws. All these things are coming down to all the last points. And so we will be right back with Brendan and Xavier.
Thank you, Lena, for the halftime report. I'm Brendan Melby, back with Xavier Knott here for the second half. Score again is 23-23, as we were all knotted up throughout the entire first half.
Yeah, we anticipated this on being a close game. Both teams, like we talked about at the beginning, had similar records and struggled to score the ball. But we've got a good game on our hands.
And it's Ben Davis to start with the ball. Moving it around right now, some good ball movement, but Bassie guarding Royston tightly. Jones swings it to Schultz. Schultz back to Jones. Moving it around the arc is the Giants. In the corner, eventually, a three-pointer is good, taken by Paige Jones. What a way to start the first half, as the Giants now lead 26-23.
Yeah, and right out of the gate after that three-point shot from Jones, Ben Davis is back in that press. And they forced Carmel to retake it or redo that out of bounds after they knocked it away.
We saw it the whole first half, and I'd imagine you'll see it for the rest of the game as well. The press that they have been running and causing turnovers with, as we see right here. But a couple layups by Royston, no good. And it's Kabinski from the corner, off the top of the backboard, rebounded by Curry. Curry goes up with it and ends the possession with 2 points. Royston missed a couple layups. Kabinski hit the top of the backboard on a three-pointer, but nothing matters but the points that goes up on the board at the end of the possession, and it was 2 after the offensive rebound and the basket by Shania Curry.
Yeah, and Ben Davis got it back after the ball went off of Ramsey's hands, right into the Ben Davis player's hands, and then a couple of missed layups from Royston, 2, and then the ball went out to Skabinski, and her three-point shot hit the top of the backboard, just to happen to bounce kind of right where Curry was standing, and then she just bullied her way inside, an easy layup, and not even a minute into this game, Ben Davis has stretched out a 5-point lead.
Yeah, but besides a couple missed shots, I mean, that is how you want to open a half if you're Ben Davis. They now lead 28-23, only 1 minute into the third quarter. And Bonds, again, struggling to get in, and a 5-second violation is called against the Greyhounds. They are yet to even cross half court this entire quarter.
Yeah, and I think that was actually the first 5-second call.
Yep.
Carmel's gotten, but Ben Davis is forced a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, already 2 turnovers in this quarter, as it's Jones up top with it, defended by Ramsey. Jones in the corner, gives it up to Schultz to Royston. Ben Davis moving it around the arc, taking some more time with their possessions on this half. Eventually finds Schultz in the corner, who knocks down a three-pointer.
Ooh, another
And
turnover.
another turnover. The Greyhounds still unable to cross half court this entire quarter. Ben Davis, on the other hand, have 10 points this quarter. Eventually, they get it across, but doesn't do them much justice as it's Bonds missing the left-hand layup. Unbelievable job by the Giants in this quarter. They now lead 33-23 after a big 10-0 run.
Yeah, they've come out, they've hit 2 threes and got some easy layups. And there's another one from Skibinski, just goes baseline. Coach D'Armelio calls her second timeout, not even 3 minutes into the third quarter here. And Ben Davis has gone on a 12-0 run to start the third here.
They look like, both teams look like a completely different team. This is a new ball game. We saw a hard-fought first half, both teams going back and forth, 23-23. I'm only 23 points for both teams in the first half, and they now have 12. Ben Davis, 12-0 run to start the second half. Only 2 minutes into the second half, went on a 12-0 run. You cannot give that up if you're the Greyhounds. 3 turnovers this half. I believe that is 10 total turnovers for tonight's game.
Yeah, and that Ben Davis press has absolutely stifled the Greyhounds so far in the early minutes of this third quarter. I mean, they've only gotten it across half court one time, and that resulted in a missed layup from Bonds.
So the Greyhounds, after using their second timeout this half, hopefully they can finally make some adjustments. Coach Jessica D'Amelio, her first year here as a coach for the Carmel Greyhounds, has done a solid job so far, but a lot on the line here after the first timeout did not do them much better. Well, they're able to cross half court. It's Bonds with it. Losing control, it's Fisher, throws it to the other team. Curry to the corner. Ben Davis moving it around. Their offense has looked phenomenal in this third quarter. As it's Schultz drives it in, a couple Euro steps, called for a travel. Again, they're bringing the full court press. Everyone beneath the basket as it's Bassey. Gets it to Wallace. Wallace up to Ramsey. Ramsey 2-on-1 with Fisher. Finds it down low, and Fisher finishes off the corner of the glass. Now that is how you break a press. That is beautiful basketball.
Yeah, first time Carmel's really broken that press 100% successfully. Fisher gets herself back-to-back buckets.
Did a good job taking it in on Skibinski as well.
And Carmel returning a little bit of Ben Davis's press back to him.
And it is working just well for them. So the Greyhounds now cut it to a 8-point game. Ben Davis leads 35-27. And the Greyhounds trying to keep their small run going. And yes, might turn into a big run as it's Sydney Bonds finishing with the left hand. Cuts at 35-29 and forces a timeout from the Ben Davis Giants.
Yeah. That first not even 3 minutes was all Ben Davis. They forced Carmel into turnovers. They were hitting threes and getting easy layups. But now Carmel's broken that press a couple times in a row. They've gotten in rhythm, and they're throwing Ben Davis's press right back at them. And it forced a turnover, which led to a bucket from Fisher, who got back-to-back buckets to kick off this run, which made this game 35-29. Still, already our third timeout called this quarter, and we're not even halfway through with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go.
All right, now this has been a fun basketball half already. Yes, as you said, 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter, but already in the 3.5 minutes, we need a 12-0 run by the Ben Davis Giants as the Greyhounds chipped at that lead with a 6-0 run and possibly counting as the Giants are inbounding beneath their basket. And the Greyhounds remain bringing their press, this time They are bringing a zone press. Looks like a little bit of diamond press maybe with Ramsey, Bassey, and Fisher up. Ben Davis able to break the press. It's Schultzer up with it. Down to Skabinski. Skabinski tries a three. That time no good.
Ooh.
She hit the rim on that one though. And a foul is called as the Greyhounds had a potential transition opportunity. So a smart foul there.
Yeah, that's something. If I could add any rule to basketball, I think I'd add like the advantage rule like soccer has. Carmel's clearly going to get a fast break attempt there.
We have that in the NBA, but in high school, I mean, a whole bunch of different rules in college as well. But yeah, so a baseline out of bounds will lead to Ramsey trying to drive in with it. Miss a layup, got it taken away by Royston, but Royston with the snatch block was standing out of bounds. So the ball will go to the Greyhounds.
Great defensive play, just unfortunately looked like her back heels were out of bounds.
So the inbound to Bassey. Bassey tried to make a nice pass down low to Bonds, but ping balled around as it's Wallace. Spin move out to Bonds. Bonds trying to take on Curry. That's going to be a tough player to back down. Kicks it out to Bassey. Bassey, bang! Catherine Bassey, 3 of 3 from behind the arc.
Boy, Bassey has been a surefire shot tonight. She's 3 from 3. That's the Carmel's first 3 of this half. Carmel's playing good defense. They just forced it out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Ben Davis.
Taylor Fisher bringing the energy as well on the defensive end. As you said, good defense. And they are causing some problems. So now 35-32, Ben Davis leads a 9-0 run for the Carmel Greyhounds. As it's Jones, tries to give it down low to Curry, taken away by Ramsey. Ramsey taking on Schultzer, ball fakes, and drew the foul as Bassey ended up on the floor running in transition. Looks like she's all right. Better be all right because she is up to 11 points in tonight's game. And I mean, she looks like she can't miss.
Let's see if Ramsey can knock down free throws here.
Yeah, Ramsey, after missing the first one, is 1 of 5 from the line tonight. Such a good player. I mean, she's the Greyhounds' leading scorer, only a sophomore, averaging over 13 points per game, but shooting 50% from the line as she's 1 of 6.
Whew. Another turnover from Ben Davis.
And it's Wallace. Gives it to Bassey. Bassey, why not just pull it from there? But a little bit smarter than I would be as it's Fisher. Tries a 3, no good. Rebounded by Bonds. Great rebound over 2 Giants. And wow. Was that called out of bounds? 3-second violation. Unfortunate call there. Called against Bonds, so Ben Davis ball. Ben Davis trying to break the press. Good job getting it up the middle to Schultzer. Schultzer then drives it down the lane. Finally breaks the 9-0 run for the Greyhounds and gets it back up to a 5-point lead. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Bonds trapped. Fisher, ball bobbled around, out of bounds, ball to Ben Davis. So, man, a bunch of runs back and forth this quarter.
Yeah, a lot of runs and a lot of turnovers in this game
as
so
Ben
far.
Davis has flipped the momentum after a 9-0 run from the Greyhounds. Royston to Schultzer. Schultzer down low to Curry. Curry backing down Bonds. Goes up strong and finishes. Extends the lead 39-32. Good job by the Greyhounds breaking the press. They have done better since that second timeout by D'Armelio. But Fisher shies off the side of the backboard. Rebounded by Jones. Jones, not sure if she thought there was a teammate there or what happened. Lost control nonetheless and dribbled past whatever out of bounds. So a turnover for Paige Jones.
Two wild back-to-back a shot from Fisher that hit the side of the backboard as Carmel turns the ball over again off of that press.
Now, man, I'm glad we're keeping track of turnovers in this game because the Greyhounds up to 13, Ben Davis up to 6.
And Carmel's up to 13 already, which is what they had in total their last game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. After that one, they're now up to 14 turnovers as well. So they are struggling immensely keeping control of the ball, which is something that Alina talked about because it's what they've struggled with this entire season. Schultz tries a three, knocks it down. So a run for Ben Davis now, a 7-0 run by the Lady Giants as it's the Greyhounds now running offensively, trying to snap that run. Bonds is trapped, kicks it to Ramsey. Ramsey wide open, three, knocks it down. Bella Ramsey, big-time three-pointer, cuts the lead 35-42. Ben Davis leads. Schultz drives it in, tries an acrobatic layup over Wallace. Wow.
I mean, Wallace was just standing there waiting for Schultz to come in here, and Schultz just went up and finished over Wallace. That was a great finish. It was a little close to a turnover there, but saved by Wallace.
Schultz up to 14 points tonight. She is having a very solid game. As it's Fisher. Pull-up floater, swatted away by Royston. And Ben Davis leads 44-35 with 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter as they are taking their time as directed by Stan Bench, their head coach. Tells them to take a deep breath, take their time on this possession as there's 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ball deflected away by Ramsey. So the ball remains to Ben Davis. Jacoby Warren check it in for Taylor Fisher. As I'm a little bit surprised, but I mean, Warren is an outstanding defender, but Fisher has been doing a great job as well. Just holding it up top with it. D'Armelio tells them to get up, points to the clock. 15 seconds remain in the third quarter. Ben Davis leads by 9. Schultz's pass is deflected away by Ramsey. They are on the wrong side of the court right now with 5 seconds remaining. Ball floated up out of bounds, and it will go to the Greyhounds with 3.4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So they are going to have just enough time to put up a shot, maybe a dribble if they can, but it's going to be tough. Wallace up to Ramsey. Ramsey, one dribble, heave, no good, not even close, but wow, what a quarter.
And Carmel on that last possession, the Ben Davis coach was telling his team to hold for the last shot, and then Carmel, their coaches started yelling out one, and that's when they switched out of that zone and went to man, which looked like it confused Ben Davis. And Carmel actually tipped it into the backcourt, and then Ben Davis just threw the ball out of bounds, and then only 3.5 seconds left, and a half-court heave unsuccessful from Ramsey.
Yeah, well, it was great defense by the Greyhounds as well because the Giants had been building quite the run we were tied up 23-23 only 8 minutes ago, and now it is 44-35. Ben Davis leads. They almost double their first half points, but still the Greyhounds are just right in it as they had a solid run in the middle of that quarter.
Yeah, that first half of that quarter was owned by Ben Davis. They got out to a 12-0 run, I think it was, to start the quarter, and then that middle part was owned by Carmel. They came back, went down 3, and then Ben Davis went out on another run, and then Ramsey hit Carmel's last shot of the quarter to cut the lead to 9, 44-35.
So 1 quarter left to play. I mean, you got to end the season on a high note. Ben Davis still has one more game remaining after this one. But after that, it's sectionals for everyone. Ben Davis will play Plainfield in the sectionals. And again, the Greyhounds have a first-round bye. They will play either Zionsville or Fishers in the sectional championship. So trying to end the season with a win. It's the Greyhounds as it's Wallace defended by Jones. Wallace drives it in. Finds Ramsey on the back cut. The ball bounced around. Good hustle by Schultz to get the steal. Wow. Schultz in there and another early called jump ball. Again, they've been consistent with it But like, did both players even have possession? Like, I am surprised by how quickly they are calling some of these jump balls.
Yeah, Wallace had the ball kind of a little higher than the block and thought she had Ramsey on a back cut. Just looked like it might have gone off her hands, and then Stolzer with great hustle to get that jump ball and get her team the ball back.
Jones with it, up top to Schultz. Schultz to Royston. Moving it around the arc as the Greyhounds are back in the 2-3 zone. Royston tries to split the two defenders, missed the floater, rebounded by Wallace as she draws the foul after a strong rebound over a couple of Giants.
Good look from Royston, but the right-handed floater from the middle of the paint just rims out, and then, like you said, a strong rebound from Wallace gets the foul call.
Bassey, the inbounder, switched it up as Bonds is still in there, but no longer the inbounder, at least not on that one. And it's Wallace, drives it in, tries a floater, yes! Maddie Wallace, keep that floater game going. She is up to 8 points. All of them are either floaters or close to it. And Schultz tries to get one right back, a mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Curry and gets it right back up and gets it in. Curry is having her way beneath the basket. Wallace out to Bassey. Bassey defended by Royston. She drives it in, kicks it out to Warren. Warren will try a three off the backboard. I mean, that is a shot that you like to a shot you like to see, but O'Connell will now try corner three. No good. Rebounded by Royston. Another second chance for the Giants as it's Curry down low over many Greyhounds. Draws the foul. But yeah, Jacoby Warren didn't even hit the rim on that three, but she's a 40% three-point shooter, the best on the team. She only averages 2.9 points per game, but when you get that shot, a catch-and-shoot three, especially passed from a guard like Wallace, you got to knock that shot down. But unsuccessful on that one. Curry goes to the line, knocks down the first free throw. They now lead 47-37. As time is ticking, 6 minutes and 22 seconds remain. Still plenty of time for anything to happen, but the Greyhounds have got to stop some of this momentum that Ben Davis has going. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Ramsey, but then taken away by Curry.
Curry's having a great night. Just made the good play to rip it away from Ramsey, but she's got 19 points and has been just a force inside. She's got a ton of offensive rebounds and scored almost all of her points right near the rim.
Bassey defending Jones. Bassey has found a lot of minutes in tonight's game as she has been struggling to find herself back in the rotation after returning from her injury. Good defense there as Schultz is called for the travel. But yeah, Bassey, 3 of 3 from behind the arc, knocking down all of her shots, 11 points tonight. And I think you have to get her going even more. Maddie Wallace, Bella Ramsey needs to set her up if she's available, but she's defended very tightly by Skabinski in this possession. Ramsey up top with it, gives it to Wallace. Wallace defended by Jones. Wallace finds Bonds, moving it around, a lot of cuts, a lot of dribbles, and eventually it's Fisher driving in, kicks it out to Ramsey. Drive, floater, Ramsey, yes! 39-47, Bella Ramsey cuts the lead. And the Greyhounds bringing a little bit of a full court press, not very strong there, but they are in man defense here as they've been going in between that zone, 2-3 and man coverage. As it's Schultz tries a tough mid-range shot, and it's Bonds called for the foul.
And again, another swipe down foul from Bonds. It's going to be a tough shot from Schultz at the elbow there, but Bassey bails her out and swipes down and hits her on her shooting arm. Schultz misses the first free throw though.
Yeah, Bonds now has 3 fouls. She should be all right. She's too early, so she's been doing a better job containing herself, but got called for one right there. Schultz's second free throw is good. And 51% free throw shooter. That is her second trip to the line. As Schultz is shooting 50% from the line tonight. Ramsey getting trapped on the full court press. The ball out of bounds. Ben Davis's basketball. So although the Giants have been leading for the entire second half, they continue to bring the press. What got them the lead will keep them the lead, and that is what they are playing by as they call a timeout. Ben Davis leads 48-39 with 4 minutes and 51 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and Ben Davis has been in this press almost the entire game, and it's what got them that their largest lead of the night, 12, right out of halftime. And it's what's keeping them in the lead right now, up 9. Carmel's still having some struggles getting it past this press. They get into rhythm for a couple of possessions, and then go back to churning it over.
Time is running down for the Greyhounds. Again, plenty of time to make something happen, but it's a matter of actually doing it. Easier said than done, but they are bringing the pressure here, it appears, on this inbounds as it's Ramsey face guarding Curry. Curry a little mini shove to create some space. Curry trying to back down. Ramsey makes a nice pass down low to Skabinski, and as you mentioned, a great cut as well by Skabinski.
Yeah, that was a great back cut from Skabinski. She took her girl all the way out to the top of the free throw or 3-point line and caught her girl ball watching. That looks like it's going to be over the back. Wasn't tipped by Ben Davis.
Yeah, I'm not sure there wasn't an over the back earlier. I thought it was close. The Ben Davis parents behind us certainly thought it was.
I think the Ben Davis fans wanted to travel early.
But regardless, another turnover by the Greyhounds as this is absolutely killing them in tonight's game. 18 turnovers. You have got to clean that up, especially if you want to come back in this game. Ben Davis leads by 11 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Curry, defended by Fisher. Fisher being physical, pokes it away. Curry saves it by diving on the floor, kicking it out to Jones. Jones down low to Royston. Royston goes up and draws the foul. The Greyhounds now struggling with fouls as well. I mean, Ben Davis just taking plenty of time off the clock just to eventually go to the line to shoot two. That time it's Wallace who has 3 fouls. Royston's first free throw.
Ben Davis knows they've got that 11-point lead. They're being patient, forcing Carmel to start being a little more aggressive on defense. And the Ben Davis parents, kind of behind us and to our left, who wanted a foul.
Royston,
I think every single possession, but
Royston missed them both. But the ball was bobbled around ever since the missed free throw. But jump ball, the ball will go to the Greyhounds. Royston, a 59% shooter, so Ben Davis also struggles with free throws. So if it comes down to the final minute, I mean, fouls might be something that will benefit the Greyhounds. As it's Ramsey, defended by Bland. Bland just checked in. Fisher takes it in, kicks out to Bassie. Bassie, that time unsuccessful. But Bond stays with it, kicks it out to Ramsey. Ramsey corner 3 is good.
Offensive 3-point shots off of offensive rebounds are one of the highest percentage looks in the game. Bassie got a great look before the offensive rebound. That was her first miss of the night. She's 3 for 4. But Ramsey hits the 3 from the corner. The foul is called on Fisher.
Jones driving in as Fisher is called for the block and foul. They already have 4 in this fourth quarter. So Ben Davis now leads 50-42 after that 3-pointer by Ramsey. And the ball is poked away from Curry and taken by Wallace. Wallace up to Ramsey. Ramsey trying to push the floor. They do not have numbers, but will still try to make the most of it as it's Wallace from the top of the key. Yes! 5-point game!
Yeah, back-to-back threes will get you back in the game. They cut the lead from 11 to 6. It looks like a timeout was called by Ben Davis right before that inbound pass with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Carmel went from having almost no momentum to hitting back-to-back open 3-pointers and only down 5 with plenty of time.
Yeah, Ben Davis calling a timeout as the Greyhounds were sparking a run there. as it was a 3 from Bella Ramsey and then a 3 by Maddie Wallace. And something that we've not mentioned nearly enough, I mean, the 3 players that have really stuck out to me in tonight's game for the Greyhounds is number 3, Bella Ramsey, a sophomore who is up to 14 points tonight. Yes, she has struggled with turnovers. Yes, she does most nights, but she's battling, staying in this game, knocking down big-time shots. So she's 14 points. She's a sophomore. Number 15, Maddie Wallace, another sophomore, has 11 points, just knocked down a recent 3, has a bunch of floaters, is such a smart offensive player, getting their teammates involved. And she leads the team in assists as well. I believe, let's check how many that is. I mean, she's just so good for the Greyhounds. So she's a sophomore. And then Catherine Bassey for the Greyhounds is another sophomore who has 11 points. So the 3 sophomores, the trio, is really keeping the Greyhounds in this game.
Yeah, they're a very young team. Like you said, they start 3 sophomores. And even though this season the regular season might not end how they wanted to, well, it looked like Schultz was wide open there on the streak or fade route. But
and just going back, Wallace averages 3.4 assists per game, so just a great job facilitating the offense for this Greyhounds team, especially when you have so many offensive weapons. But they are going to need some defense here as well, as they still trail by 5. Ramsey defending Schultzer. Bonds try to come over to help. The ball's out of bounds. Alina trying to show off her basketball skills here at CHTV as the ball rolled over to her.
Yeah, that's Carmel's 5th foul, so Ben Davis is going to get 2 shots on any foul the rest of the quarter with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. It's going to be Schultzer at the line.
Once again, Schultzer, no good. Schultzer struggling from the line tonight, as after that free throw, she is 3 of 5. Second free throw is up. Second free throw is good. Bassey inbounds to Ramsey. Back to Bassey. Ben Davis leads 51-45 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain. Bassey puts a spin move, gives it to Fisher. Fisher on Royston. Backing her down, puts a spin move, drives down the right side, spinning, fading away, no good. Not the shot you want. And it's Jones doing a good job splitting the defenders and breaking the press. Curry now gives it up to Schultzer up top.
Yeah, Carmel's going to have to start coming with some traps and being very aggressive on defense. They're still down 6.
Wow!
Fisher makes a great block. Schultzer went up and kind of brought the ball behind her head, and Fisher from behind just knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, and big time block there. Stopping the drive, but time is ticking. They're going to need stops, rebounds, and baskets. There's 2 minutes remaining, and they trail by 6. But they draw the offensive foul called against Curry. I believe a little bit of a hook against Bonds as she was trying to work her way around her. Bassey, the inbounder, gets it into Ramsey. Ramsey defended by Skabinski. She gives it back to Bassey. Bassey now trying to take on Schultzer. Physical defense by Schultzer. Bassey drives it in, finds Bonds in the short corner. Back to Bassey, top the key 3. Off to the right side. Great save and rebound by Fisher to keep the possession alive. Fisher, will she get a 3? No, off the back iron.
Yeah, that was a great play from Fisher to keep it in bounds. Looks like she might have run into our principal, Tim Ferris, on the baseline. But she saved it and gave her another team a chance. Looks like they're going to call Carmel for a foul.
Yeah, she was giving her team another chance, and she was definitely high on adrenaline as she took that 3-point shot, because it was a great save, but unable to get the 3-pointer. But that's a look that you like. You just got to knock down the shots. As time is running down. 1 minute and 23 seconds remain. Schultzer at the line to shoot another pair. Gets the first one. Ben Davis leads 52-45. Schultzer, big free throw, extends the lead to 8.
Yeah, Ben Davis still pressing there and not letting Carmel just walk it up the floor easily.
I am honestly surprised, even though it's what's been working. He gives Wallace a chance. No good, but he gives the Greyhounds a chance to come back in this game if they're able to break the press and take advantage and get quick shots. So I wonder if at some point they will go to straight-up defense just to slow down the Greyhounds' offense. But, I mean, the Greyhounds still struggling to get a shot to go. Fisher, a couple possessions ago, had an open three-pointer, no good. Wallace, a great three-point shooter, just had an open look, in and out. So we now have Curry at the line, a chance to take a double-digit lead if she knocks these both down. Yes, first one is good. Ben Davis leads 54-45 with 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and with that free throw, Curry reaches 20 points on the night. She's probably got a double-double with points and rebounds. She's been a force on the boards, offensive and defensive.
And the second free throw is good as well, a 10-point lead for the Giants. It is going to take a miracle for the Greyhounds. Bassie trying to take on Schultz, loses her dribble, gets it right back, and puts a nice couple of moves on her as she tries a floater, back rim, rebounded by no one, out of bounds, and the ball will go to the Giants.
Yeah, that ball was bouncing around a little bit. It started rolling to the corner. Wallace tried to run over there and saved it, or saved the ball, but it looked like she might have accidentally kind of kicked it out of bounds. As Ben Davis is in a nice position to win this game, up 10 with 55 seconds left.
Kaylee Fisher defending Schultz. Schultz just pulls it out as the clock is their friend. They bring a double team, taken away by Bassie. Ramsey, down low to Bonds, beautiful pass, finish. Tough finish by Bonds as the Greyhounds call a timeout to stop the clock, draw up some defenses. They are going to need to force some turnovers if they want a chance. 8-point game, 37 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you're going to have to be super aggressive here. No, you can't be relaxed. You got to go to the ball. Once you see that ball go through the air, you got to run at it and hope you poke it away and get a steal. But fouling's not really an option anymore because Ben Davis is going to get 2 free throws anyway, and they're up 8 already with just under 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Number 4, Kate Sears, checking in for the Greyhounds, as we just saw her run up to the scorer's table to check herself in, I believe. Yeah, I mean, she's a player we saw her at the start of the second quarter, but she does not get a lot of minutes, but bringing the energy in the final 37.5 seconds, we'll see what she could do. As again, it is going to take a lot for the Greyhounds to have a chance. But Ben Davis feeling good, clapping coming out of their huddle, as I'm sure they drew up an inbounds play, as that is what is most important for them, keeping control of the ball. Both teams struggling with turnovers, Greyhounds heavily. They have 18, but Ben Davis does have 11 turnovers as well, so I mean, the Greyhounds defense has given them some trouble, so we'll see how they do with a full court press. Fisher had a chance at it, but they're able to get it in. Will they cross half court is the question. Yes, up to Curry, down low to Royston. Wide open beneath the basket. Finishes the easy lay.
Yeah, that was a good press break from Ben Davis. They got it in, moved it to the middle, moved it to the other side, back to the middle, down to Curry, and Curry had a great pass to Royston for the layup.
Sears up to Fisher. Fisher drives it in, tries a right-hand layup. No good. Ben Davis could probably dribble this one out. As there's 3 seconds remaining, Schultz dribbles around, dribbles it out, and Ben Davis moves on to 12-11 as the Carmel Greyhounds end their season 9-12. So it was a good game again. We saw the Greyhounds struggle with turnovers, struggle with knocking down shots that they would usually hit, but still, we see a young, good team who has a bye in the first round of sectionals, will then play either Zionsville or Fishers in the sectional championship, and they have a good shot to win that game no matter who their opponent is. So this has been a promising season for the Greyhounds this year and for their future, but it has been led by their new coach, Coach Jessica D'Amelio, who has been their coach for the first year, changing the program, completely changing their game style, as we will now hand it over to Alina Kaplan, who will give Coach Charmelio a post-game interview to see her thoughts on the season and how they will do in the postseason. But I've been Brendan Melby alongside Xavier Knott. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you at our next broadcast, Carmel Boys Basketball versus Lawrence North. Thank you.
Coach Charmelio, it was a really tough game out there. Both teams put on a really great effort, and Ben Davis had really strong defense. So how do you plan to bring on an even stronger offense going into next week?
Yeah, they pressure the ball well. They get their hands on the ball well. They trap in full court. They're just relentless. And so we knew that coming in. Thought we handled it pretty well in the first half, not as well in the second half. But honestly, I think playing a physical team like that going into sectionals is great. That physicality is not going to be seen likely with the sectional teams we have. So just got to be positive because we never gave up. We kept cutting the lead, kept trying to fight back. So I'm proud of our girls. We just got to kind of tweak some things before we play next Friday.
What sort of things are you going to tweak out there?
We'll come in tomorrow, get lots of shots up. And then, again, just things that we emphasize a lot. Jump stopping on offense, shooting shots off 2 feet, getting your feet into the paint, and then, quality passes to the perimeter. So just things that, we had lapses in tonight. We want to sharpen up before the sectional.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.